Hey everyone, this is Sucky Briggs and Sensei Briggs again from the Charlotte Kitty Kangaroo Karate Do class. It's Thursday night, and this is going to be the second lesson on YouTube that we're going to put out. We did one Tuesday night on stanzas,
yes,
right? Stanzas. So tonight we're going to do another one, and we're also going to give out a another assignment, if you will. And it's going to be a two-part assignment, but we'll get into that later. Before we do all that, let me say this. I've had some people ask me and talk to me about, they watched one of the videos that I posted on YouTube. It said that if you got promoted to an instructor or a black belt, it required my signature before you'd be recognized by Kitty Kangaroo Karate Do, which is true. It's either going to require mine or it's going to require Kiyoshi, her first, because we're going to have to endorse it, and you're going to have to need a certificate to do it. It's not that it's so much micromanaging, even though we want to keep everything with Kitty Kangaroo as pure as possible. We want everybody, if you go from one Kitty Kangaroo class to another Kitty Kangaroo class, you can pick up right where you left off of, don't have to start all over, don't have to be learning anything new or anything like that. All the katas are taught the same, the weapons are taught the same, the stances, the blocks, the techniques, everything is taught the same. You can personalize things to a certain degree, but you can't take away from the purity of it. So, and that is why. So anytime someone tests for any type of instructor, assistant instructor, as a brown belt or black belt, or if you test for any level of the black belts, you should put out to all the other black belts an invitation and ask them if they want to come to that belt test. It's a courtesy. Okay, we've taught this courtesy for years and years and years, and it's not going to change. It's a courtesy. That doesn't mean they're going to come, but you're offering. And if it's going to be an instructor type test, an assistant instructor or a regular sensei instructor or any kind of black belt test, it requires an endorsement from somebody in Kitty Kangaroo from their 5th dan on up, which is the master level and above. So you need someone above you to endorse that certificate, and before they be recognized as an instructor, they got to have a certificate. Okay, because before you can teach, you got to have a certificate. You got to have a certificate in school to be able to teach lessons in high school, elementary, college, and stuff like that, right? You got to have teaching credentials.
Correct.
So the same thing applies in martial arts. You've got to have teaching credentials before you can teach. So teaching credentials requires a certificate. That's going to be your teaching credentials. You can't just promote somebody to a belt and say, hey, you can teach, and never give them a certificate. Things just don't work that way. So you got to have that certificate, and somebody above you has to endorse that certificate before it's going to be valid. So just to clarify that up, it has nothing to do with trying to micromanage and anything. Of course, we do want to keep Kitty Kangaroo at its purest form, so that you can go from class to class and pick up right where you left off of, but it's a checks and balances thing, if you will, to make sure that everybody, all the time, all the black belts that is teaching this, and all the instructors that are teaching this, everybody's on the same sheet of music. Shotokan's the same way. Any of these big name styles that falls under an organization is the same way, and we're going to be the same way, and that's just the way it is. We are going to be the same way. Okay, so now that that's cleared up, we're going to go over before we start teaching blocks, because that's what we're going to demonstrate tonight, are blocks. So before we do that, we want to go over belts and where they fall at in the rankings. Kitty Kangaroo Karate Do teaches by the 20-step process that JKA taught by. Okay, that means there's 10 Q grades and there's 10 dan levels. And I want everybody to listen up real close on this because we're going to ask you to do something after we explain this to you. So in the Q grades, it goes from white belt to yellow stripe, to yellow belt, to orange belt, to green belt, to blue belt, to purple belt, 3 levels of your brown belt. Those are the Q grades. There's 10 of them. And again, I'll count them again. 10th Q white, 9th Q yellow stripe, 8th Q yellow, 7th Q orange, 6th Q green, 5th Q blue, 4th Q purple, 3rd Q brown, 2nd Q brown, and 1st Q brown. So those are your 10 Q levels, or your color belt levels. Okay. Now your brown belts are also recognized as degrees. So your 3rd Q brown belt is actually what we also call a 1st degree brown belt. And your 2nd Q brown belt is what we call a 2nd degree brown belt. And your 1st Q brown belt is what we call your 3rd degree brown belt. So all those levels of Q grade, or all those Q belt grades also has levels. We have 3 levels. We have beginner, intermediate, and advanced. In your beginner level is the white, the yellow stripe, the yellow, and the orange. Those 4 belts are in your beginner level. The intermediate level is the green, blue, and purple belts. And in your advanced level are the brown belts. Your 3rd Q brown, 2nd Q brown, and your 1st Q brown. Okay? Now we'll talk about the dans, or the black belts. Black belts is also part of this 20-step process. 10 Qs, 10 dans. Qs are color belts, dans are black belts. You have 10 black belt grades. You have 1st through 10th. Okay? 1st degree black, 2nd black, 3rd black, 4th black, 5th black, 6th black, 7th black, 8th black, 9th black, and 10th black. Okay? So these dan levels these dan belts are also broken down into levels. You have your regular black belt levels, which is your 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th degree black belts. Then you have your master black belt levels, which is your 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th degree black belts. Those are your master levels. And then your 9th and 10th degree black belts are your grandmaster levels. So again, it's a 20-step process. You got 20 color belt grades, or Q grades, or you got 10 color belt grades, Q grades, and you got 10 black belts or dan levels. Okay, and that makes up obviously 10, 10's 20. That's where you get the 20-step process. You have 3 levels in your color belt: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. And you have 3 levels in your black belt: your regular black belt grades, your master black belts, and your grandmaster black belts. Right?
Correct.
So, now to get on to the written assignment part, and I'll let you discuss this. What we're going to ask everybody to do, we're going to give you a physical assignment and a written assignment. And I'll let you tell them what the written assignment is real quick.
Okay. Each one of you will hand write on a piece of paper, make it legible so we can read it. You are to list the 3 levels of colored belts and which colored belt goes under each level. You are also to list your black belts and which belts go under which level. Black belt, master level, and your grandmaster level. Those are to be handwritten. They are to be signed by each student and dated by each student. Once you complete your assignment, you are to take a picture. Have mom and dad do it if you don't have your own phone. Take a picture of your paper so that we can see the entire page, and you can text it to Soki's phone, and that way we'll know that you have completed that part of your assignment.
And you can turn this in anytime between now and next Tuesday at 6 p.m.
Yes,
You don't have to wait till next Tuesday to turn it in. If you've got it completed by tomorrow afternoon, you can do it tomorrow afternoon. You just got to complete this written portion of the assignment and text that to me by Tuesday, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. next Tuesday. Everyone completed their assignment from Tuesday night. So that's your written assignment for this week. Your physical assignment for this week is this. we discussed 5, but I think I'll knock it down to 3. Okay. You must go over all your prerequisites for each belt, beginning from white belt to the belt that you're testing for. Now, if you don't know all there is to know for the belt for your next belt, let's say you're an orange belt, obviously your next belt will be green. If you're a green belt, your next level will be a blue. So if you don't know everything to that blue belt, you just do what you can. But your physical assignment is you got to go over everything from your 10th Q white belt up to the following belt that you're going to be tested for, the belt above which you're wearing now. And you've got to do that all the way through 3 times, not 5. We're going to say 5, but we'll knock it down to 3. Do that 3 times between now and next Tuesday night, all the way through, from beginning all the way up to the belt above which you are right now. Okay, so for senpai, sir, that's going to be a whole lot. That's going to be from your 10th Q white belt all the way up to your shodan of everything that you know, to include all the katas, the weapons katas, the questions, anything that pertains to that belt. You've got to do that 3 times, 3 full times from beginning to end by next Tuesday night.
Tuesday night at 6
p.m.
Yes.
So now you got a written assignment and a physical assignment to take care of.
And we need text messages sent to Soki,
right,
letting him know that you have completed that physical assignment by 6 o'clock Tuesday.
As a matter of fact, let's make it easy on Soki. When you complete both the physical and the written assignment, because we're keeping track of this, send me the text message saying the physical and the written assignment is complete, along with an attachment of the paper that you told them about.
Yes. Good idea.
To write down.
Good idea.
That way, when I see one thing come in, let's just use Brian for instance. You know, if he knocks out the written assignment real quick, I won't get a text message like late tonight or in the morning about the written assignment, and then maybe 2 days from now about the physical assignment. Just wait till you complete both the physical and the written assignment. Send it in, say I've completed the physical and written assignment, and then attach me, like you said, a
picture of your
picture
paper,
from your cell
your
phone
written
of your paper, and send that to me in an attachment. And that will complete both your written and physical assignment for next Tuesday night.
Now, here's what you guys need to keep in mind. We are wanting you to keep up with your practicing while we cannot be in class together. But when we do resume class,
we're going to check.
Keep in mind that you may at any given point in time be asked to show techniques, stances, blocks, kata, answer questions on anything we have given you to do while you are out of class.
And
so keep that in mind.
Don't practice sloppy. If you're going to do it, practice, strive for perfection. Practice the technique and everything, because I don't want to see sloppy stuff.
No.
I'd rather see once looking really, really good and see something 10 times and none of it, and all 10 times be sloppy. We don't want sloppiness. Be spot on when you do it.
Do it correctly.
Okay, do it correctly. Got anything else?
That's it.
All right, everybody stand by, and we're going to put it on pause and then get ready, and we're going to show you the blocks. And also, part of that, you need to go over these blocks 3 times. Of course, if you go from start to finish, you're going to go over these blocks, but it's going to show you the proper way and different stances you can do the blocks that we teach in Kitakami Karate. All right.